Hello students. In this video we are dealing with three Indian English writers named Eunice D'Souza, Karthika Nair and Vivek Narayan. Let's begin with Eunice D'Souza. Eunice D'Souza was an Indian poet, novelist and academic known for her sharp, satirical and feminist voice in contemporary Indian English literature. Eunice D'Souza was born in Pune, India into a Goan Catholic family. She pursued her higher education in English literature, earning degrees from the University of Mumbai and Marquette University in the United States. Later, she became a professor at St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, where she influenced generations of students with her unconventional teaching style. So, Eunice D'Souza was born in 1940 in Pune into a Goan Catholic family. She was died in 2017. She is a poet, novelist, and academic. She is known for her satirical elements in her works. She is a feminist voice in the contemporary Indian English literature. She earned her degrees from the University of Mumbai and Marquette University in the United States. Later, she became the professor at St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. Her literary works. Poetry. D'Souza is best known for her poetry, which is marked by brevity, wit, and irony. She often explored themes of gender, patriarchy, religion, and societal hypocrisy. Her poems are characterized by an economy of words, sharp observation, and dark humor. Some of her notable poetry collections include Fix, Women in Dutch Painting, Ways of Belonging, A Necklace of Skulls. So the specialty of her poetry is brevity, wit, and irony. Also, she used themes such as gender, patriarchy, religion, and societal hypocrisy. Her poetry is filled with dark humor. Fiction. She also wrote novels that explored Goan Catholic life with a mix of humor and critique. Her best-known novel is Danger Law, a satirical novel about urban loneliness and middle-class life in Mumbai. Children's literature and editing. D'Souza edited anthologies of Indian poetry and wrote books for children, demonstrating her versatility as a writer. So D'Souza wrote novels that explored Goan Catholic life. She used humor and critique to write the fiction. Her best-known novel is Danger Law, which is also a satirical novel. D'Souza also wrote children's literature. D'Souza edited anthologies of Indian poetry also. Themes in Eunice D'Souza's work. Eunice D'Souza's writing is known for its sharp, concise style and satirical tone. Some of the major themes in her poetry and fiction include: number 1, feminism and gender roles. She often critiqued patriarchal norms, especially in the context of Indian and Goan Catholic societies. Her poems highlight the restrictions placed on women and their resistance. Number 2, Goan Catholic identity. Being from a Goan Catholic background, she explored the culture, traditions, and contradictions within this community. Number 3, social hypocrisy. She exposed the double standards in middle-class Indian society, particularly regarding morality, religion, and gender roles. Number 4, language and power. She used irony and sarcasm to critique how language shapes power dynamics in relationships and society. Number 5, loneliness and urban life. Her fiction, like Danger Law, reflects on solitude, aging, and life in Mumbai. Number 6, death and existentialism. Many of her poems reflect a preoccupation with mortality, sometimes with humor and detachment. So, the main themes used by D'Souza are gender roles, gender identity, patriarchy, social conflicts, especially conflicts in Goan Catholic families, death, existentialism, etc. Awards and recognition. Though Eunice D'Souza was widely respected in literary circles, she did not receive many mainstream literary awards. However, she was recognized as a significant voice in Indian English poetry and was frequently included in major poetry anthologies. She also played a key role in shaping Indian poetry through her editorial work, and mentorship of young poets. Her influence is acknowledged by scholars and critics who continue to study her work. Next writer is Karthika Nair. Karthika Nair is an Indian poet, writer, and dance producer best known for her work in poetry and performing arts. She was born in India and has lived in various parts of the world, including France. Nair has background in literature and arts management, and she has been actively involved in curating and producing international dance productions. So Karthika Nair is not only a poet but a dance producer also. She is best known as a poet and a performing artist. Though she was born in India, she has lived in various parts of the world, including France. She is a curator also. She has a collection of dance productions. Her major works. First, poetry and fiction. Unto the Lions echoes from the Mahabharata. Her most famous work, a retelling of the Mahabharata from the perspectives of lesser known characters, especially women and marginalized voices. It blends poetry and prose. Bearings, a collection of poetry that explores themes of memory, exile, and identity. Number 2. Collaborative and dance related works. She has worked on several dance and theatre projects, collaborating with artists like choreographer Akram Khan. She co-wrote Desh, a solo dance theatre work for Akram Khan, which gained international recognition. Themes. First, reinterpretation of epics. Until the Lions challenges traditional narratives of the Mahabharata, focusing on marginalized characters. 2. Feminist and marginalized voices. Her writing highlights the perspectives of women and others often silenced in history and mythology. 3. Exile and identity. Her poetry reflects on displacement, belonging, and cultural identity. 4. Interdisciplinary art. She blends poetry with performance, dance, and theatre, making her work dynamic and cross-cultural. So, the main themes focused by her are exile, identity, displacement, belonging, cultural identity, etc. In her works, she highlighted the perspectives of women and other silenced people in history and mythology. She focused on marginalized characters. She blended poetry with performance, dance, theatre, etc. So her works became cross-cultural. Awards and recognition. Until the Lions won the 2015 Tata Literature Live Award for Fiction. It was also adapted into dance production by Akram Khan, which received the 2019 Critics Circle National Dance Award for Best Modern Choreography. Her work has been widely praised in literary and performing arts circles. Next writer is Vivek Narayan. Vivek Narayan is an Indian poet, scholar, and editor known for his experimental and innovative poetry. Born in India, he grew up in Zambia and has lived in multiple countries, giving his work a transnational perspective. He studied cultural anthropology and creative writing and has been involved in both academic and literary circles. So, Vivek Narayan is an Indian poet, scholar, and editor. He is known for his experimental and innovative poetry. He was born in India but grew up in Zambia and other countries. So, he has a transnational perspective. He studied cultural anthropology and creative writing. So, he has been involved in both academic and literary circles. His major works. First, poetry collections. Universal Beach, a debut collection exploring themes of displacement, identity, and modernity. Life and Times of Mr. S, a unique poetic biography of an unnamed figure blending history, mythology, and contemporary concerns. After, a poetic reimagining of the ancient Tamil epic Kamba Ramayanam, where Narayan transforms classical Tamil poetry into a modern experimental form. Next, editorial and academic contributions. He has worked with literary magazines and anthologies curating contemporary poetry. His research and creative writing often intersect, particularly in the study of classical and modern poetics. Themes in his work: hybridity and multiculturalism. His poetry reflects his cross-cultural experiences in India, Africa, and the West. Interplay of tradition and modernity. He engages with classical texts, reinterpreting them in a contemporary poetic style. History and mythology. Works like After explore ancient texts through modern lens. Language and experimentation. His poetry is known for its formal innovation, playing with structure and linguistic techniques. Vivek Narayan has a cross-cultural experience. He has experience with India, Africa, and the West. So, his works also deals with themes like hybridity, multiculturalism, interplay of tradition, modernity, history, mythology, language, experimentation, etc. Awards and recognition. Vivek Narayan has been widely recognized in literary circles with fellowships and residencies at institutions like the Radcliffe Institute for Advanced Study at Harvard University. His work has been featured in major literary journals and anthologies of Indian and global poetry. I hope this video will be helpful. Thank you.